Hi, this is Kathy again on Kathy's Patio. Look at these cute whimsical flowers that I just made. I absolutely think these things are so cute. Now, so far, I've not seen them anywhere else. So you're going to have to stick with me and watch this video so you can see how to do them because I'm sure you're going to want to have some too. They are just really cute and the good thing, really easy. So here's what I started with. It's called a booster. Okay, who knew we needed a noodle booster? All right, I seen this in the Dollar Tree the other day when I was just looking around to see what new things they had. This is actually with your pool noodles. You can make a thing that the kids hit each other with, I guess. That doesn't sound like fun, but hey, these flowers are really cute with it. So all you have to do is get you a little something to measure with. I had a little metal ruler, and I measured every other one of the little petal-like things. Put a dot on it. That kept me straight when I went to cut it. Now, depending on how wide you want your flowers to be, you could probably get up to 5 flowers out of a booster. The first time I did it, I only did 3, and mine were quite thick. The next time I went just a little bit thinner, and they were just as cute, really. So you do it how you think you will like it. Then I took some wet glue, some colored wet glue from Crayola, and I did the little designs on them. Anything you want. You could color polka dots, you could do little wavy lines like I did. Just let your imagination flow. If you want the kids to do it with you, hey, let them decorate one. It's only about a quarter for each flower. So go to it. And then I decided, kind of last minute here, that I was going to cut a real thin piece of one of the flowers off and make me some little petal flowers. And in order to get them to stick together, I had to put a pipe cleaner around it because it takes forever for the glue to dry on the foam because it does melt it some, so be careful. But if you put a little bit of hot glue on each edge and then you fold it around together and tie it with a pipe cleaner, it will, once it's dry, it will stay. Now here's one of my bigger flowers. You see the cute little leaf on it. I love these leaves, and I'm going to show you how to make those in a minute too. And the centers were super easy. You just have to have a styrofoam ball, and you'll see that I cut it in half. And just do polka dots. I love polka dots. Who don't love polka dots? On this flower, I even tried a little bit of glitter, you'll see there. I thought when it was out in the sun, it'd be really sparkly. But I didn't put glitter on all of them. I was just really kind of trying things out. Now, you might notice that the stems of these flowers look kind of real. Well, there's one reason for that. It's because they are real. I went out in my yard and I picked up several little limbs and brought them in, and I just literally used a limb out of the yard. That costs you absolutely nothing when you do that. So now I'm going to start with the centers of the flowers. Here is a half of one of those styrofoam balls, and I've already got it painted yellow. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some polka dots on it. Now when I do the polka dots, I use the wooden end of my paintbrush. And for this one, I wanted kind of big polka dots, so I have kind of a big paintbrush. And I'm sorry you can't see really good because I didn't have my camera exactly where I wanted it, I don't guess. But anyway, take my word for it. If you just put some paint on the end of the wrong end of your paintbrush, and then put it, at first I just put it on the styrofoam. Later when I was doing some, I actually kind of made it an indentation and pressed in just a little bit, and that made the polka dot even look better when it set down in it. And it I don't know, it just seemed like it just really improved the look of it a lot. So that's what I would suggest that you do. Just when you press on it, just let that paintbrush go down in it just a little bit, and then you might go back and get another dab of that paint and just put right on it, because it looks super, super cute. These do take, don't forget, it's styrofoam, so it does take a long time to dry. I happened to have a fan going that day because it was kind of warm on the patio. So I had a little stand-up fan going, and as soon as I got done with anything, I just was making a line of everything in front of that fan, and it did help it dry. But it still took the better part of an hour for everything that I put in front of the fan to dry. So patience, please, and give it plenty of time, because you sure, after you've worked that hard on it, you sure don't want to smudge it and mess everything up. That would be terrible. So we're going to get ready to put these on our flowers. And when you put them on the flowers, they just absolutely make the whole thing pop. And oh, I'm not doing that right now. It doesn't look like. It looks like I am putting little lines on the little petals that I made. Okay, so just a few on the inside there just gives it a little bit of color. So it does look like they're going to blossom into one of the big flowers eventually. So that was fun. And I used some extra little sticks and put these on, you'll see later in the arrangement, with the bigger ones. And it just made it look extra cute. So I want to tell you too that when you're doing this, you can use not a lot, but 3 or 4 single sticks if you would prefer that, or if you can find a branch that has 2 or 3 different little sticks going different directions, that looks really cute too. So just depending on the look you like, just make sure that your container that you're going to use is big enough for the amount of stems you're going to have. Now I was lucky, and I made 2 of these, and I found some stems that had 2 or 3 little branches on them. And so it just made my flowers look even more whimsical, because they went kind of different directions and everything. And I thought that was just real super cute. Yep, there I am with my muscles. I just did my you seen, I use an electric knife. Have you ever used an electric knife to cut crafts out? Let me tell you, if you haven't, it's the bomb. You've got to go get one. I buy mine at the thrift store, at the Goodwill store generally. And they've usually got them. And I have already went through probably 3 or 4 of them, and this is years now. This isn't just weeks. This is years. But they do eventually give out because it's hard on them. But I just feel more comfortable using an electric knife. I guess I'm more used to that than I am some big saw out of my husband's garage or something. So anyway, I just encourage you, try an electric knife. But remember, they are sharp too. Just exactly like the big ones, they are sharp and they can cut your finger really fast. So please be careful, and don't let your kids handle them. Make sure they're unplugged when you're not using it, because we sure don't want any kiddos hurt. But now I'm just finishing up the little painting here, the odds and ends that I have to do, making kind of some teardrop looking designs on these. Now this really, it had a lot of paint on it for this design, and it took forever for it to dry, but I thought it was so cute when it was finished. It was definitely worth the wait. And if you do it in the evening, you can just let it dry overnight, and it doesn't seem quite so bad. When you get up in the morning, it's all done and looks great. So that's a little tip for you. Just do it in the evening while you're watching TV or something, and then just let it dry overnight. And here's some of my leaves now. I just love these leaves. I bought a kickboard, and this is also from the Dollar Tree. And they only had the one color green in it, so I got that color because I wanted my leaves green. And it's real wavy looking. It's not straight, it's real wavy. So when you cut your leaves out, it almost looks like the wind is blowing them because they're just not straight. And I loved that effect. I just thought it really, really added to it and just made them look extra special. And I will tell you, I did not use a pattern for my leaves. I just freehanded them with my green marker on the kickboard and made them all the same shape but different sizes, okay? Just try to get the same shape. And if you're just uncomfortable with freehanding, you can always make patterns. Maybe make 2 or 3 patterns in different sizes, and that way then you'll be able to have your different sizes, but not run the risk of messing up your foam or something. Or just freehand it. Just go for it. After all, when you go outside, those leaves are all different sizes and shapes, and even if you cut something off that was supposed to be left on there, hey, leaves get torn up too. So just have fun with it. Don't be hard on yourself when you're making it. This is a fun craft. It's a whimsical craft, so it's very, very forgiving. And remember that. This is to help you. Crafts are supposed to be good for you and fun and something that you enjoy doing when you sit down. It's not supposed to be something that makes you nervous or uptight or hard. It's a craft. It's just something you are crafting with your hands and with your mind, and you make it yours. And that's what makes it beautiful. So here we go. It looks like I'm all done with that's a Sharpie that I was using. Love Sharpies because they're waterproof, and they are just so easy to use. Now we're going to make some more flowers. We're going to cut a few off this little bolster again. Get that glue back out. They make this in several colors, and you can buy it at the Dollar Tree also. If you wanted to mix your colors up, that would make a really awesome effect also. I just happened to have the pink and couldn't find my other colors, so I just stuck with the pink. I thought the pink and blue looked real pretty together. Now here I am putting some hot glue on those centers of the flowers, and you have to hold them for a few minutes for them to adhere. You'll kind of hear it sizzle a little bit probably because it does melt into it a wee bit. And don't mess around with it a lot once you get it on there. Let it dry, because I kind of wasn't careful with mine, and you'll see in a minute, I think, that it kind of comes off. And I poked a hole in the end of it with a knife. Now I've used ink pens, knives, anything that you can press into it. And then I put a little bit of hot glue in it, and then I just slipped the stick right into it. And it slips in really easy because it's actually kind of melting that styrofoam as it's getting pushed in. Now there we go. See, I told you I was holding it up too soon. I should have left it lay flat on its back, which, it's do as I say, not as I do. So just, if that happens to you, just put a little more hot glue on it and press it down again, and then, learn from your mistakes and let it sit and dry. And it takes a while. Don't forget, styrofoam always takes a while, and so does this hard foam that these noodles are made out of. So anyway, we are making progress here. Here, once again, I'm using kind of a dangerous thing here that got a little paring knife. It's a little dull one out of my kitchen, but it's still sharp. You can still cut fingers, and we don't want any little toddlers grabbing it and running off with it. Since I have a little bitty grandson, I can just imagine that. So keep them up away from busy little hands and things, and keep it just where you can reach it. But it does make life easier because you can just poke that stick right in there, and you don't have to worry about breaking your stick or anything. It just slips right on when it has that hot glue in it. So just be careful. Just be really careful. We like our fingers, we like their fingers, all where God put them. And here's my little flower. And the way it's made, you don't have to push a hole into it because it's kind of rounded already. So you just push it up from the back, and it just slides right in there on that stick, and it's just good. So do that. I put both of them on the same stick on this. I think I did put them both on the same stick. Nope. I'm going to put a little leaf on it, but that leaf really dwarfs that flower bad. So I'm going to have to look for some scraps and cut out a tiny little leaf and put a tiny little leaf on it, because that just didn't look good. So there I am digging in my waste can, you can see. So don't ever throw your stuff away too soon, because you might need it, just like I did. You never know when you're going to need just exactly what you thought. Oh, that's so little, I won't ever use it, because that's when you need it. So save all those things until you're absolutely positive that you're done and that you cannot use that for anything. And I think I ended up pulling all of the scraps out of there and saving them in case I wanted them for something else. Now, something I didn't show was when I got finished, I did take some of my scraps and I wound them up kind of in a circular type thing, like you were winding maybe yarn or something up. And I put hot glue on them, and then I put a band around them till they dried, and I stuck them in the back, because there is a hole in the back of that bolster too. So I thought, well, it's going to be outside. Maybe that would help it last better if that hole was filled up. So I literally just took some of the green and wound it up and just pushed it in there. And it stayed really good. Took up my scraps, so I didn't have a whole bunch of scraps left. So it gave me something to do with those. And it looks really cute from the front and the back then too. And here's my teensy tiny little leaf. Isn't that cute? And these guys will get poked in the front of the little, I keep calling it a bucket, but it's a little pot is what I have it in. And it just looks really, really cute. I filled my pot with I had some like river rock that we weren't going to use anymore. We had taken it out of a flower bed last year. And so I put some river rock in there, and it really made it stand up good. It was really good and sturdy. So you didn't have to worry about it falling over or anything. So that's something that you might think about too, is some of the stuff that you have out in your yard in that. Don't always think that you have to go buy brand new everything to make it look cute. This will look just fine. The only thing I'm going to have to do still is drill a couple holes in the pot, because it was a new pot from the Dollar Tree. And if it rains or anything, I don't want it to fill up with water or, mosquitoes or anything like that get in it and produce. So we don't want lots of mosquitoes around. So anyway, just saying what I was thinking there. But these little flowers are just really, really cute, and they add a lot to it. And it's really just kind of out of your scraps. So you're in good shape, just making as many as you want. You can have as many of these little buds as you want, and you can make them different sizes even, because flowers open at all different times. So just make you just some little couple petal ones, and if you have got a little bitty stick on the side, just stick a couple petals in it and put a little bit of that pink paint on it, and you'll be able to tell what it looks like, and it just adds more interest to your arrangement. So have fun with this project. This is such a fun project. Whoever receives it, or if you keep it for yourself, you are just going to enjoy it so much, or whoever you give it to will enjoy it.
That's cute.
You can make it as big as you want. You can make it as little as you want. You could even put it in a little bud vase. Make 2 or 3 of these and put them in a little bud vase. and give them to someone. It doesn't have to be really big like this one is. I just was thinking outside, outdoors. So outdoors you can usually get away with big, and I wanted whimsical, and I love whimsical. I like make-believe things and bigger than life things. So this definitely fits the bill. Definitely fits the bill. We just need, this is a note to the Dollar Tree, we just need these bolster things made in different colors, just not blue. We need some red ones and yellow ones and pink ones. We just have to have some different colors so we can make some different flowers and not have to paint them, because oh my goodness, that paint would take forever to dry. So I just made myself be happy with the decorations I put on them and used the blue base. So have fun with this one. This is Kathy again, and I hope to see you again real soon. Be looking for me in another video. I'm still new to this, so not got it down pat yet, but I'm trying. Thanks, guys. Bye.